Folks, tomorrow finally we have election. The low IQ interpass GHQ gang never wanted to hold an election. And if it was 1999 or any conflict was going on with Afghanistan, with the US or any other country, they were going to definitely declare martial law and deny the nation the proper vote, and their evil power and control will continue for another 10 years. Fortunately, there is no war at this time. America does not need Pakistan, but these people in military dress, as the people say these days, these are अमेरिका ने कुत्ते पाले वर्दी वाले and this is exactly what has happened, that this GHQ gang, he along with American low level officer insistence that Imran Khan should be removed, they joined together with the corrupt politicians and overthrew Imran Khan, and they thought everything will be fine and dandy. After 3 days, the ISPR and other people say, oh, stock market is going up and the rupee is stable. But later, in few months, we saw everything upside down. We saw a stock market not going up and the rupee lost 50% of its value, rather more than 50%, from 170 to 280. Almost 60% of its value, and the inflation reached to as much as 42%. And that destroyed Pakistan's economy, particularly the poor man's economy, who were not even able to meet their expenses, even during the Imran Khan time, and then later they have to resort to suicide and cutting down from 2 meals to 1 meal. But these gang of journals who are only interested to control and run this country by themselves, whereas they are only the guard of the borders. They have no other role, but they have been so evil and so bad that they have been running parallel government since 1970. And every civilian government is under their threat. They are running foreign policy, they are running interior policy, they are running industries, they are running the real estate, where they are bungling more than $20 billion in taxes, and they are becoming billionaires. Their families are becoming billionaires. They are owning more than 100 Papa John, McDonald, you name it. And all this plundered money from Pakistan is stashed in US or in Western countries. And unfortunately, the civilized world is not realizing that this ill-gotten corruption money, which these journals and these corrupt businessmen and politicians have brought in our country, is actually the blood of the poor people of Pakistan, 240 million of them. And they are saying that, okay, this dollar is helping our economy, so that's fine. They're looking at other way. They are not looking into the fact that this money, if stayed in Pakistan, will do magic for Pakistani people. Instead, all this money gets drained out of the country, and then the country had to loan more just to pay the salaries. So on this particular occasion, I want to play a very short, I would say like a theatrical thing, that if Qaid-e-Azam was, let's say, Amjad Khan of that famous Indian movie where he was a dacoit and he sent some people to get some grain and money from the town. He had been regularly looting and plundering, same like GHQ is looting and plundering since last 70 years. They went there and they couldn't get anything and they came back, and Amjad Khan was very angry. Let's put Qaid-e-Azam in place of Amjad Khan, and he will say, Sardar, हम कुछ नहीं लेकर आ सके. So Sardar says, in this case, I think Qaid-e-Azam says, कुत्ते के बच्चों, कितने आदमी थे वो 5 आदमी थे सरदार, 3 बड़े जनरल और एक नेवी का जनरल और एक एयरफोर्स का। हरामजादो, वो 5 और तुम 24 करोड़, फिर भी हार कर आ गए, फिर भी उनका कुछ नहीं बिगाड़ सके। हम क्या करते सरदार, हमारे पास तो कोई असला भी नहीं था, हमारे पास तो सिर्फ डंडे थे, उनके पास तो क्लाशिनकोफ हैं, टैंक हैं और ऑटोमेटिक वेपन्स हैं जो हमने ही उनको खरीद कर दिए हैं। क्यों? कि वो अमेरिका के पालतू कुत्ते हैं, अमेरिका के नाम पर काम करते हैं और अपना सारा पैसा अमेरिकन अमेरिका में या यूरोप में जमा करते हैं और हम कुछ करने के काबिल नहीं हैं। तो कायद आज़म फिर इन द लास्ट ही विल से ओके देन योर ओनली destination is death, starvation, and you can commit suicide and die en masse because you and your politicians invited these low IQ intercaste people into politics in 1950, and they have been controlling you, they have been destroying the country. I gave you, only I. There was no Allah, no mullah involved. Me and my typewriter created this country with the help of Qadianis, with the help of Shias, Ismailis, Boris, Akhanis. And you, majority of you, which are Sunni, you were sleeping because you are so lazy through your religion and through your stupid ideology that Pakistan was created for Islam, that now you have to suffer. Anyway, this is not going to play tomorrow. Tomorrow we will see a high level conspiracy and denying the people of Pakistan their democratic rights. And we can put the blame squarely on America and on Western countries who saw this going on for last 20, 22 months and kept quiet, looked at the other way. Although there are many nice congressmen and senators who invoked the conscience of the government, Biden administration, but they did not do anything because they care less. They had their own problems. We know very well Biden is going to lose now because of the bad economic policies he followed, because he got involved in too many wars during the last 3 years, while the Trump had taken the country out of wars. He could have taken America out of Afghanistan in a better way than what we saw at Kabul airport. People flying down from the aeroplanes, trying to leave Afghanistan. Anyway, this is aside, we will see that from tomorrow, the final chapter of this country will be written. The two corrupt politicians, Nawaz and Zardari and his son, and Shehbaz Sharif, they all are going to lick the behind of these GHQ journals, will do everything in their hand to harass and destroy the country, particularly the poor, and then we will have an absolute anarchy in the country. The country will not see a day of peace after tomorrow if the elections are falsely awarded to these corrupt people. If the elections are done fair, then tomorrow we'll see a revolution, a new life, a Pakistan which will be friendly to America, not the enemy of America. I don't know why this stupid idea came into Biden's mind that Pakistan is going towards Russian way. And the same Biden, when India was buying oil, he was tucking his tail and saying nothing. Because the India clearly said, we will do whatever is in favor of my country. Its foreign minister, he openly said, many places we will not sacrifice our national interest for anybody. And he is keeping quiet on that. He is still working with India to see if it can strengthen it to challenge China. This is a very wrong policy. I think Trump was doing it the right way. Trump was putting economic sanctions on China. Trump was trying to better the manufacturing sector of America. Imagine a country 30, 50 years ago had almost 32% of its economy in manufacturing. Now only 11%. The government policies are so bad that the China, whose manufacturing capability was 14%, is now 42%. 42% of Chinese economy is from manufacturing, and they are making anything from touch button to the helicopter uh, blades or even the complete helicopter. Now they are making cars, they are making electric cars, they are making the high-tech cell phone, they are making anything. They are so good in copying American technology. And the American, particularly the government, is so dumb that they have passed on these technologies for free to China by investing in China, by taking the high tech, high paying jobs from America to China, where they were a little bit cheaper. But in the end, today, Chinese economy is almost 50-60% of American economy. And in the next 30 years, is going to bypass America. And America will not be able to do anything because they worked so badly that a country like Pakistan, which was considered as a 51st state of America for more than 60 years, has been neglected so badly that they allowed the GHQ gang to violate every ideology, every idea, democracy, human rights on which America stands and take a stand all over the world. And they look the other way when the Pakistanis' constitutional rights and legal rights were denied, beaten up, put in jail, killed, kidnapped. I mean, there is not even a single good thing which this GHQ gang has done to Pakistan in the last 70 years, except becoming billionaire and sending their kids to overseas and become their national. The think tank in America, they do tremendous job, but their approach is also very limited. They are living like for today. They don't see that 240 million people, if supported, not the GHQ, but the people, if they are supported in education, in health, in business, they can do much better than the GHQ gang, and that a strong Pakistan will be a strong ally of America. But we missed everything in the last 20 years after 9/11. When we first listened to this stupid Musharraf, and who did not do anything for Pakistan. More than 100,000 Pakistanis were killed. Economy was in disarray. Hardly $20 billion foreign aid came, not the aid, but the uh, money flow came in terms of trade and business and other things. The aid was all going to this military gang who were making billionaires, buying islands, buying Papa John in USA at the cost of poor Pakistanis. So it is ironic what we have seen in the last 20 years post 9/11, how America has neglected Pakistan's poor people, lower middle class people, even middle class people. And there is nothing Pakistani ask from America. They only ask that they get the same right which American have in America. What is wrong with that? When you allow these thugs of low IQ, third class interpass to control the country because you think that the other Pakistanis will be against America and only these thugs can keep Pakistan in our circle. You made the bad decision. You made the bad calculation. And now 240 million people don't know where to go. Although there are indications from all over, from human rights, from Congress, from Senate, that telling Pakistan's GHQ gang to hold fair elections. But there is no strong message from Biden administration. They give strong message to North Korea, stronger message to China, strongest message to Russia and other countries of the world, but they neglect the ally of last 70 years, the ally who did everything and did whatever America demanded, whether it was the U2 fly, espionage mission from Peshawar, or they were fighting against Osama bin Laden. These GSQ gang, they played double game with you, and you still did not understand. And you are still supporting this and telling them, oh, take out Imran Khan because he went to Russia. Really? I mean, this is how you run your foreign policy. This is how you think that one man, if has gone to Russia, then everything has gone against you. No, this is just one step. And this was going to help America as well. Because the next time Imran Khan is going to rise against the blackmail of oil from Middle East, from these Arab oil blackmailers, who are basically responsible for the destruction of every third world country. Unfortunately, because this GHQ gang, they cannot have the power to speak against Saudi Arabia or UAE or Iran or other oil exporting countries because their right hand in the country are mullahs. And the mullahs are under the influence of Saudis or Iranians, if they are Shia mullahs. And any reasonable thing will Pakistan will say to these countries, this gang of mullahs will rise. And they cannot afford to make them angry. That is why the lowest IQ mullahs and the second lowest IQ journals are the one who are running the country and destroying it. It's not letting any common man to get what is constitutionally and legally its right. Education, health, the child support, the mother support, so we can have a better, healthy nation. And America keeps quiet when this GHQ gang only allows the lowest education budget in Asia, in education and in health, because they think that these are not necessary. The country is being run by Allah, and Allah, whatever He does, is okay. If some kids die or 1,000 kids die in Thar, this is from Allah. These kids are shaheed and they are going to Jannah, and then they are good to go. Without knowing that every kid which is born in Pakistan is the responsibility of the government, not Allah. Because Allah is a useless ID. It's just an imaginary ID who does not even send a check of 1 rupee to any Pakistani. It is the Pakistanis who have to run their life, their government, so that every newborn is properly taken care of. And they can do it if this gang of GHQ and the gang of mullahs is not on their head, who are destroying every job opportunity, any opportunity to create job, any opportunity to educate people and get the shit out of this religious concept that Allah does everything, while He does not. He does not even move a monkey on the road. This is the idea which is only helping Arabs. Pakistani people are wasting $6 billion going to Makkah, which is totally fake. because Abraham never came there. You can read any history. You can talk to any Jew. You can read Torah, Bible. Abraham lived in an area which is 950 miles from Mecca. How the hell he will do in a desert where there was nothing? I mean, the first mention of Mecca is in 200 AD, where some Yemeni Christians were living in that town. And it was a small town. And it was a European traveler who said that they had a building with a black stone and the people were rotating around it. And in those days, in that time, there were many buildings in many cities where people will say, oh, this building is from their god, and this stone, whether it's red, white, different color, and then they were mullahs in that area were making money. Same thing was going on there. But then later they said, oh no, Abraham brought it. And Abraham is a true prophet. And I am from the family of Abraham. That's what the Jews did not accept. So he became their enemy and killed them in mass, took over their many forts, even married one of the leader's daughter and raped her the same night. Really? I mean, modern world has to think in a rational way, has to think in terms of people, not in terms of gangsters, not in terms that whoever can run this country, no matter how bad or how good, is okay. No, it's not. You have to support democracy. You have to support human right, constitutional right. And we saw the violation of the constitution in last 22 months at least 12 times. Elections were denied. Members were put in jail. People were kidnapped in the middle of the night. And nobody knows where those people are. It's an absolute violation of human right and constitutional right. But this gang of murderers and bastards, they care less. They say, oh, no, no, we cannot make America angry. Although America gives a damn about it. But they are using this one incident and trying to think that they can do what they have been doing for 70 years. But this time around, it's different. This time around, the social media has totally made them naked. They have no strength in their brain to go out in their dress in the public because they know they will be beaten up. They will be thrown with eggs and tomatoes. And that time is coming. It's not that far. So ultimately, the Pakistanis will get freedom, but it apparently looks too late because now there is nothing in Pakistan. They have sold the country, they have sold its airport, they have sold its industries, and now they're trying to sell even its nuclear weapons. What do you think when this low IQ interpass Assam Munir says that Saudi Arabia is going to invest $25 billion and not even a single dollar has come yet? He is talking about selling nuclear weapons to them. And I'm sure this stupid will sell it, like before that Musharraf did, in the name of Dr. Abdul Qadir Khan. Because for them, this country is already done. They know this country is going to die. That is why none of the journalists ever lives in Pakistan. They retire outside. They go to Europe, America, Australia, they are there. They don't stay in the country because they don't believe it. And this guy, Asam Munir, he will also not stay in the country. He will run on the first flight available when he thinks he has made more than $1 billion or whatever money he is misusing. So the point is that if you really want to have a country living peacefully next to India, with Afghanistan on one side and Iran on one side, you have to do more. This is American responsibility. The failure of Pakistan is the failure of America. And it will only lose an area to the people who don't like America. Whereas 90% of Pakistanis, they like America. But this GHQ gang spreads false news and hate against America, against Israel, against India, you name it, because their survival depends on the hate they have inducted in the people's mind through syllabus, through books, through this shit of religion and mullahs who bark day and night against Israel, India, America, France, मोहम्मद का मोहम्मद भाई का उन्होंने कुछ कह दिया, कार्टून बना दिया. हालांकि मोहम्मद भाई has nothing to do with Pakistan. He is not related to any Pakistani. Not even a single of his family men ever came to Pakistan. Some Yemenis came, Iranians came, Afghans came, and they invaded India and they had good time. They made a lot of harams, some mosques, tombs, and then Britishers came and they kicked the hell out of everybody. This is actually the history of Pakistan. Pakistanis have forgotten their great past, the history of Indus civilization, Kandahar, Mohenjo-daro, where they were excelling, writing poetry and philosophy when Arabs were jumping on the tree. I liked this term, which is from a Hollywood movie, My Big Fat Greek Wedding, whereas the Greece man says so about American men. He said, you were jumping on the tree when we were writing philosophy. But whatever is happening in Greece 5,000 years ago was happening in Pakistan, right next to the Indus River. That's what I say, that we forgot the real history and we took over the fake history. Abraham came to Makkah and Muhammad belonged to Ismail, and all that nonsense. None of that is reality. But the GHQ gang and this Mullah gang, they force everything on Pakistanis. And that is why we stay self-destructed. We waste over $6 billion on Makkah and Medina and get nothing in return. Big, old people are crying, oh, Allah has called us, Allah has invited us. Total nonsense. But there is no Allah. Because Allah is a creation of 1500 years. And Allah was the name of an idol in Mecca. Mecca had 300 idols, according to the Sufi historians, who have made all fake claims. All the Safa Marwa or Ghar Hira or Zamzam, none of that shit ever happened the way they explain. But we have been wasting our life, our future, our present, and we are proud of their barbaric past and calling that our own. I mean, there is a little bit smart person in Pakistan who says that one of the meeting, Pakistani was sitting as was a doctor, and he said, you know, we invaded Spain and we invaded Turkey and we became. So the people over there were some Arabs, they said, are you stupid or what? You did not do it, we did it. This is an Arab success. You are calling it as. This is how stupid the Pakistani brain has become. They think that this country was started when Muhammad bin Qasim, the barbaric invader, came to Sindh. It's not so. Read the history, stupid. And my advice to American administration is come back to your sense. Come back to ideologies America stands for. America is not for these bastard killer journals. America should support 240 million Pakistanis. And what happens tomorrow, it will see how the American government reacts to it. And if they do bungling and corruption that much against the polling, then this country will go up in flame. Think about it. God bless.